you, how's it hanging? Today I'm going to be talking about cruelty-free, specifically cruelty-free cosmetics and cruelty-free companies, what it means to be 100% cruelty-free, how you can discover if a company is cruelty-free or not, a little bit about animal testing, and why I'm 100% against it. Take a shot every time I say cruelty-free. I want to make a disclaimer that I am in no way forcing anyone to go cruelty-free. This is just something I'm definitely passionate about. I don't believe it's necessary that companies are still testing their products on animals or even ingredients on animals. There are other alternative methods of testing whether a product is safe for consumer use, and I just don't think it is humane to have animals in cages and be tested on their whole lives. It's just cruel and it's torture, and I don't want to contribute to that business in any way. The reality is that there are so many alternative companies so that you can get products that are not tested, and that just would make me feel better using products that don't harm animals, and I'm sure a lot of you would be in the same boat. I also wanted to share a little bit about how I'm going from non-cruelty free products and replacing them with cruelty-free alternatives. So how you can tell if a company or a brand is 100% cruelty-free is if they do not test their products in any way, not through third-party testing or otherwise, in any way, anywhere in the world on animals. Some companies and brands claim to be cruelty-free when they're in certain countries. So if the country doesn't require them legally to test on animals, then they technically might be cruelty-free in those markets. But if that company or brand is willing to make an exception for other laws, if another country requires them to test and they're willing to make that exception, then as a brand or company as a whole, they are not cruelty-free because of that exception. Makeup and cosmetics are a billion-dollar industry. So obviously companies are going to want to sell to as many markets as they can because they can make a lot of money. But it's important to recognize that there are brands and companies that are not prepared to sell out their values to make more money. There are companies who are 100% cruelty-free, and they'd rather sacrifice profits from those markets, maintain their integrity and their values, and hope that their customers in the markets that do support cruelty-free will bring in the money and share the same values that they do. These are the companies that I want to support, and hopefully you guys do too, because animal testing and harming an animal for beauty is just not worth it. One way you can find out if a company or brand is 100% cruelty-free is to find out if they sell in China. And this is because China is one of those countries that require their products and other cosmetic brands' products to be tested on animals before they sell in the market. Why you do that, China? Even brands that claim to be cruelty-free in most of their other markets, if they are prepared to make that exception and sell in China, knowing that their products have to be tested on animals, they are not cruelty-free when they hit those markets, and therefore as a brand entirely, they are not cruelty-free. At least that's my opinion. If you want to support companies that are cruelty-free in England and you purchase their products in England, that's totally your decision. But for me, looking at a company that is prepared to make that exception, I don't support them as a brand. I want to support 100% cruelty-free brands. Do as you will. Another way you can find out if a brand is cruelty-free is simply by googling "is X brand cruelty-free," and a bunch of links will come up and you can have a quick look around, and you'll usually be able to discover if it's 100% cruelty-free or a little bit shady, and that's where you can do a bit more research. A lot of companies also have frequently asked question pages, and one of the most common questions on those pages is, do you test on animals or not? So you can just click on there and sort of see what they say. The problem with this is that a lot of the messaging is mixed, and oftentimes you can get confused with actually what is the truth behind their ethics. So I find these sometimes misleading, and I wanted to read some of the messaging on one of the brands that I don't believe is cruelty-free, but sort of comes across that way. Excuse my reading. I'm not going to mention the brand's name because you can easily go on any brand's website and sort of find similar messaging, and you can decipher whether you think that brand's cruelty-free or not. One says, X brand does not test our products on animals. We are deeply committed to the elimination of animal testing. we're playing a leading role in developing alternative methods. They also say we are one of only a few companies to have invested in creating our own internal department to test raw materials and ingredients to further ensure the quality of our products and the satisfaction of our customers, which is our top priority. So it says here, as a result, all of X brand's products undergo very strict tolerance tests using non-animal methods during the development of each product to ensure quality and safety prior to market. So then you're thinking, oh yeah, awesome. And that's true, they have good ethics in that sense. But then, this is the last part, and it says here, some customers express concern regarding the situation in China. Our products are made in Europe, and for imported cosmetics, the Chinese health authorities order some tests on animals. They require companies to make their products available to be tested in state-certified laboratories for registration purposes only, as it is currently their only recognized method to demonstrate product safety. And then they say we are hoping that alternative testing methods will be adopted worldwide and we will see an end to animal testing. So for the most part, you can see that this company has good ethics, they have a good vision, they're hopeful that animal testing will be stopped, and they've definitely successfully been able to make products, and a company that has great products without testing on animals in certain markets. However, because they're selling in China, they're putting profits above ethics, and that is something that other companies are just not willing to do. And because of this decision, an animal is harmed unnecessarily, and because of this decision to sell in China, they are supporting that result. If this company chose not to sell in China, then I would 100% support their products and their brand, but because of their decision, their policies make their ethics inconsistent, and therefore I choose not to. In contrast, I wanted to show you the messaging of a company that is 100% cruelty-free and what that sounds like. On their page, they read, "We pride ourselves on being wallet-friendly and bunny-approved. We test our products in the nicest way possible, leaving fur babies to be fur babies and experimenting on people instead. The people at X brand HQ to be exact." So that's a statement they've made on their website. There's also other ways you can find out if a brand is cruelty-free, and there's a few sources that I would refer you to, and those would be Logical Harmony or Cruelty-Free Kitty. I often use Cruelty-Free Kitty to find out if a brand is cruelty-free or not, whether they've been certified by Peta, whether their ingredients are vegan, all that kind of information you can find on those pages. And they reached out to the brand that I just read the message from, and this is what they found out from them as well. They're pleased to announce that that brand is 100% cruelty-free. They confirm that they do not conduct any animal testing, nor do they commission third parties to do so on their behalf. They also confirm that none of their suppliers test on animals, and their products are not sold in China. Their parent company is also cruelty-free. So that is how you can tell the difference between messaging and a company that is 100% cruelty-free against a company that maybe isn't 100% cruelty-free. In the last brand's message, they spoke about how their parent company is cruelty-free as well. Now, this is where a bit of controversy comes in, and this is where you've got to make your decision about what you support and what you don't. As a makeup lover, I'm definitely ethically imperfect in this decision because I do tend to support brands that are 100% cruelty-free, and whether they're owned by a parent company that is cruelty-free or not, that's unfortunate. The reality is that a lot of these cruelty-free companies are owned by bigger parent companies, and a lot of them aren't cruelty-free. There definitely are some, and respect to all of you who support both the parent and the brand being 100% cruelty-free, but because it's not as many, my focus is as long as I'm supporting 100% cruelty-free and they do not sell in China, then I'm happy with my decision. My hope is by supporting the cruelty-free brand and that side of these parent companies' business, and more people also supporting the cruelty-free side of the business, that the parent company will focus less on their non-cruelty-free counterparts, and the profits will go towards the cruelty-free side, and they'll see that that's the direction their customers want them to go, that that's the bigger market potential. I know that's hopeful, but that's just my decision for now. Yeah, that is it. I think the biggest thing people fear about going cruelty-free is the affordability, and I think you'd be surprised how many companies there are out there that are cruelty-free that are still affordable. They might not be sold in the supermarket, but they're definitely out there. And also, I definitely don't think you need to throw out your whole collection and start 100% the next day with new cruelty-free products. I can't afford to just throw out my collection and start again. So I would definitely recommend that you slowly use up your products or donate one or two if you don't want to use them anymore, and then slowly replace them with cruelty-free alternatives. That's what I'm doing, and I'll definitely share my journey. I want to do a pre-cruelty-free beauty collection, show you what products I have, show you that if I were to get rid of my non-cruelty free, what I might still have. And that's another thing I think you'd be surprised at, that a lot of companies that you use probably are already cruelty free and you don't even have to throw them away, and you could repurchase products that you already love. If you want me to do dupe videos on products that you have that are non-cruelty free and you want to find a cruelty free alternative, I'm happy to try and find those products. Definitely happy to share my journey with you, and I definitely will in the next few videos. And that's all I have for today's video on the topic of cruelty free. If there's anything you guys want to share that I missed out, please leave that in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments below what your favorite brands, cruelty free brands and products are, because I'd love to check them out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!